Reading passage 1. Read the text on the next page and answer. Okay. Label the diagram below. Choose 5 answers from the box and write the correct letter A to G next to the question 1 to 5. Okay, so Z-axis motor, Z-axis motor, Z-axis, Z-axis motor, 2 Z-axis motor, and hot end of extruder, hot end of extruder. Hot end extruder. Extruder motor. Plastic filament. X-axis motor, X-axis motor. X-axis motor. Okay, X-axis motor. Okay, so cons, the pros and cons of 3D printers, no more than 3 words. The finished product is far from perfect, exhibiting. In addition to banding, in order to result, extreme care has to be taken in selecting plastic filaments to be used. It is also necessary for plastic structures during the printing process to avoid distorting the printed model. Mm, Cons pros. Cons pros of 3D printers. Okay. And here it should be visible to print a 3D version. Easy to assemble. Far from being exhibiting. Addition to banding. Okay, here is banding. In addition, finished product. Okay, here is finished product. The finished product will always have is far from perfect, as evidence of how the model was laid down, exhibiting in addition, exhibiting. Here no more than 3 words. Okay, surface detail remaining as evidence of how the model was laid down. In addition, we have the extremely careful and not know why the machine is the process of distorting, distortion, distorting, avoid distortion. This will end up in model. Careful not to knock it. Okay, in order to so desired extreme care has to be taken in selecting plastic filament. Order. Okay, so in addition, operators of the printer have to be extremely careful to not while the machine is done process printing, since this will end up in model distortion. Extreme care also has to be taken in the choice of plastic filament, which will ultimately create the structure of the model. So in order to create the structure of the model, will ultimately create the structure of the model. And then, so in order to create the structure of the model desired, sometimes when temperature not controlled has to clear the nozzle Maybe will be the same color as the plastic filament permanent, but color limitation can easily overcome printing. Another problem is the plastic structures have been have to be supported when heated bed and it is hard for away plastic cools. So to cut, in order to create the structure of the model, okay, desire desired no more than three words. So in order to create a structure, order to the extreme care has to be taken in selecting plastic filament to be used. So order to in order to create the structure, create the structure desired, create the structure. It has also necessary for plastic structures during the printing process to avoid distorting the printed model. It also necessary for plastic structures and plastic structures uh, may rubber the multi-plastic leaves the nozzle starting. And when it goes in bed, the various late 3D would be the same color as plastic element dominant, but mutation can be easily overcome the painting. Another problem is the plastic structures have to be supported as they are laid down on the heated bed or they will distort or fall away in the plastic pools. So the plastic structures uh, it is also necessary plastic structures have to be supported. So for the plastic structures supported as they are laid down during the printing process to avoid have to be supported during the printing process supported. It is also necessary for plastic structures supported as they are laid down on some plastic structures to be supported as they are laid down on the heated bed. Okay, to be supported. Bros, only a vary is required to produce D models, 3D products. Okay, 3D products. So, however, is issue will overcome in future. The advantages of 3D printers far outweigh and disadvantages, and they justify as the product can be produced on the spot within a very short time frame. Only a very is required to produce 3D models. Yeah, but thereby reducing time cost of manufacturing transition means that secondary printing of objects on a 3D or removes the need of storage space of items since only a very defined by the expensive setup cost, a very is required to produce 3D models. 3D products are also much cheaper to make than using normal manufacturing processes and need no storage space. No storage space removes the need item sense, okay, storage space and reducing time and cost of manufacturing with traditional means. Okay. In theory of 3D printers to create virtually anything from pizza to fighter planes is astonishing. Okay, fighter planes. Uh, achieve manufacturing no longer need for okay only a very is required to produce 3D models and justify time and resources. An disadvantage and justify time and resources only a very is a very renewable resources a very resources spent on the certain as a product can be produced on the spot only a very short time frame is required very short time frame very short time frame short time frame, okay, can be produced. And products also are much cheaper and make than usual normal brand, need no storage space, okay. In theory of 3D printers, to create virtually anything from pizza to fighter planes is outstanding. Okay, and despite the outcomes and the works out cheaper than normal resources, and then the available cost, okay, are still very much eagerly stated and like it doesn't and sign now Sino Kambalam here experimentation with the new tools have been Brazil and unless 3D printer geotropping 3D military field, fighter planes, so it goes to plane fighter planes, somebody flight and cable, planes combination, and it takes into accept the machine that prints clothing and pizzas will be printed out with this. So in theory, age of 3D printers to create virtually anything from pizza to fighter planes is astounding. 3D printer, 3D printer. In fact, in theory, potential. Okay, when 3D printer, most ambitious 3D printing, 3D printing. So this is the potential. In theory, the potential of 3D printer. Okay. While is 3D printing is far from becoming so far experts, the new technology have been promising. Also, 3D models have yet to produce anything as low Ibrahim as fighter planes. So anything as also we just plan. Yet for 3D printing has to be emulated all the plan and will be at the same probably with an major flight will be capable of printing out the other fighter planes to replace the flying squad. Most ambitious. Yes. Uh, ambitious as firefighters, the foundation for such technology in plan for the moment. However, the realization of such projects remain in the future. Um, such realization, however, should remember that of the computer design in the mid-century felt in a room. So, if we have come so far, a matter of few years. Such for the moment, however, the realization of such a project remains in the matter of years. Then who knows what the future may hold for 3D printers? matter of years. Okay, while ZD is far from becoming, so far experiments with the new technology have been promising, also 3D anti-produce ambiguous. So while 3D is far from becoming, so far still very much in its early stages and can be likened to early home computers, which in technical mindset now seem so cumbersome and slow. Is far from becoming so far early experimentation with technology with the new technology have been impressive. Okay, so here is far from is still very much in its early stages. Is far from becoming like in it to liken it to early home computers is far from becoming early home computers, which is in technological hindsight now seen streamlined and slow. So far, early experiments with the new technology have been impressive, but not as nevertheless in the future. That is all set to change. So as far from becoming, so far experiments with the new technology have been promising. So from becoming, the anything can be and can be likened, like becoming likened to uh, is far from becoming home computers. Computers. Okay. So Z-axis, plastic filament of a BC connected to okay 3D components are really it means elements of the winter are metal framework which contains the mechanical part BC connected BC. Where is the BC? metal framework which contains the mechanical part of the printer, a printer control board and a PC. Printer control board and a PC. So uh, so you which contains the mechanical part of the printer, a printer control board, and a PC. A printer control board, and a PC. Okay, PC and printer control board. The PC is connected via USB to the printer control board, which is in turn to control to the framework of the printer. Framework of the printer and attached to the side to the latter. A plastic filament of around 3 in diameter feeds into the printer from an external source. From an external source connecting to the extruder motor inside the printer. Inside the printer. Inside the printer. During printing, so has implemented the external source connecting to the extruder motor inside the printer. Implementing the control movement of the extruder motor ensures the correct volume of plastic is used. The extruder motor in turn is connected to a heated extruder or to hit hot end. So extruder motor is G. Extruder motor is G. Extruder extruder motor G. Hot end of extruder, this is E. Z axis motor, okay, that heats the plastic filament during printing. So plastic filaments is this is F, and x-axis motor, z-axis motor, okay. As a heated plastic emerges extruded using connecting screws and arranging layers to create solid 3D model. Okay, in order to move the extruder about in 3D spaces, there are three axes each controlled by motors. X-axis motor located in midway position. Midway position. This is B in the midway position. Midway position. So this is a B. Z-axis motors, which are located on either side of the heated printing bed. On either side. So it's in D. This is D. Okay. Nanotechnology, its development and uses it. So which paragraph contains the following information? This is promising beginnings. Okay, following information. Definition of revolutionary technology. Revolutionary technology. Revelation. Repackaging an old idea. I was first revolutionary. Okay. Devchas attributes. Uh, the foundation of a new technology. The foundation of a new technology. Attribute. Devchas attribute. This is E. Repackaging an old idea. This is B. This is okay. B. Definition of revolutionary technology. Revolutionary technology. Promising beginnings. So there are five, and this is five. Foundation of new technology. Definition of revolutionary technology. Promising beginnings. Okay. D. New technology promising beginnings, definition, revolutionary technology, revolution, revolutionary technology, old concept. Reduce human alien to an old concept of human. And, behind discovery with the discovery of cybernetic time flow next group turning point in nanotechnology. So this is not definition of revolutionary of a revolutionary implementation of a new technology. This is C A B C D A D A D. Revolutionary technology. Okay, so nanotechnology has limited value. In the beginning, nanotechnology was highly regarded as being revolutionary. Nanotechnology. Science as nanotechnology. Its concept and nanotechnology has been here as many influences and the nanotechnology and they derived from the Greek. And siyasi central strategies and as an idea was first appeared to be an influential lecture by American scientists. Not late saying that has limited value insights controversially poses insurmountable safety issues. Was an idea, now technology, as an idea was first revealed to in an influential lecture by American Jihad as far back. During the lecture entitled There is Plenty of Room at the Bottom, Feynman outlined the basic concept of non-individual atoms and Malcolm he claimed could in the future be created by physical process. Such a process he would involve the building of set by size tools build building tools later become known as nanoparticles. However, that is considered to be a relevant, highly unpopular, regarded as being revolutionary. He what should have sparked the scientific revolution was eventually forgotten about his Tails Bayman theory, referring to the science as non-technology. However, it wasn't until nearly a decade later and was believed for non-technology to be the realm of theoretical science and become reality to measure verification and technology. Invention of the scanning gate by discovery of most of turning point in turning point in nanotechnology. So our product of manufacturing process alone, natural manufacturing process, purely biological nanoparticles Of increasingly minute tools of the microscopic level would in turn produce ultra-microscopic materials later to become known as nanoparticles. Nanoparticles. So manufacturing process alone, natural manufacture process, biological process, environmental factors alone, nanoparticles. Okay, nanotechnology remained a purely theoretical science until other technologies caught up with it. Scientists were better able to understand its practical applications and convinced other scientists of its practical value. This invented a new technology. Safety concern about nanotechnology are completely unfounded, exaggerated regulations. Okay, a major in the field of nanotechnology came with the discovery of fluorescence and invention of the scanning tunneling microscope. Among scientists, nanotechnology has not met with among scientists. How to penetrate mixed blessing, which of the following statements is accurate? Okay, O bar is investing in a technology that O bar is investing in a technology that will prove controversial, have another identity, universally of investing. Count universally improve cost effect. What is not true about deliverless cars is have to become a reality in many countries. They may improve road safety, they will reduce cost of traveling, they will charge jobs. May be said to become reality, at least that is, if the agreement behind the taxi are to be believed, currently by the driver free war launching. And with the incident areas of mountain vehicle safety and autonomy. Over validation and executive. And the client does not have to pay the cost to the driver in the cab fee. The only cost incurred by clients is for fuel plus wear and tear. This is certainly an attractive proposition about science for to many so they have become a reality and they have reduce cost of traveling. They will reduce cost of Traveling, they will endanger jobs. They will improve road safety. They have become a reality in many countries. Mm, the same line to the market due to commercial space. Uh, and they have become a reality in many countries. Until use in danger. What can be said about current legis, legislation? It is in favor of driverless cars. It currently doesn't favor fully automatic cars. It is scaling up with technology. It already accommodates driverless cars. Doesn't favor fully automated cars. And what is the general view held by car manufacturers? These cars are more dangerous than other automotive cars manufacturers. Also, the safety issue. There's also the safety issue. Respond in the versions evidently legislative authorities are also on reception. The candidates doesn't favor, okay. Also, this option. Currently, no matter how much automation a car has, is requires a driver with a full license behind the wheel. A public one bus drivers and so on to divide until that will become legal and become again and become a self driving car. And are now less compliant with drugs now. So when some become a reality, they have become a reality in many countries. Uh, yeah, okay, when number began and I was due fully automated, they are completely running the what can be said by the right opinion of driverless car? Not addressed to driving or it's all the same. By time it takes wish of driving and this likely ethical for power plants to introduce fully automatic cars. He believes that such a technology will never become a reality. He reserves judgment as to whether fully automatic cars will become a reality. He's not really interested, but skeptical that such a technology will be developed. Okay, his person This person is willing. Okay, John Renna. John. John Steinra. Sociegarians. John Reynolds and Jason Steiner. Okay. So this person is willing to give up control of their vehicle because they appreciate the ability of fully automatic cars. This person would have no regrets about giving up driving entirely in favor of being driven by a fully automated car. Uh, has no such reservation about driving this car. All driving car have my backing. Any day I had the stress of rush or traffic, I think if I could just stop and rob this car, and when I wanted, I would, if I wanted to down again. So I would have no regrets about giving up driving entirely in favor of being driven. This is Soci. This is aware that new technology of driving may not be provide an adequate substitute for a human driver. And they do fully automated technology, they are completely individual life, such as mine, as well as big car manufacturers of the big industry. Collectively, John. So this is this is John. This is A. This one believe that those affected adversely by new technology should be protected from its effect. With the ones I'm not diverse to driving, I would swap the stressful daily commute by car to a driverless one if I had the chance. It just takes the pressure off it driving. I would slightly worry though of complete between that one rather than having unexpected obstacles. This is aware that new technology may not provide adequate substitute of a human nature driver. This is John. Okay, the person enjoys driving, but only under favorable condition. This is a person believes that those affected by should be protected from its effect. This is join Reynolds. This is a aware willing to give up control on their vehicle because they appreciate the benefits of fully automated cars. Control their vehicle because they appreciate the benefits of fully automatic cars. This person believes that those affected this is John Sensors. This is C. This one enjoys driving but only under favorable conditions. Under favorable conditions. Averse to driving or disrupt like driving I had is inclined to agree with Susie. Whilst I'm not averse to driving, I would swap the stressful daily commute by car to a driveless one if I had the chance. It just takes the pressure off driving. I would be slightly worried though, completely dependent on a robot driven. Willing to give up control of their vehicle because they appreciate the benefits of fully automated cars. It's Susie. This is Susie. B. Okay, this person enjoys driving but only under favorable conditions. This is C. C. Okay. And a driverless car conform to safety regulations. There is an obvious market for fully automated because are no competition for driverless cars. Potentially fully automated taxis are more cost effective than normal taxis. Most effective. Okay. Uber is investing in a technology that will prove controversial, has been tried and tested, is unlikely to prove cost effective, will be universally welcomed, will prove controversial. Okay. What is the general view held by car manufacturers? Driverless cars are more dangerous than non-automated cars. Yeah, this is the mm, yeah, 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 manufacturer. Aligning this phase of the manufacture and introduction of fully automated vehicles into the market due to commercial issues. The deadline for private car ownership. As a result, the industry is dragging its feet over the manufacture and introduction of fully automated vehicle onto the market due to commercial issues. Fully automated cars are too expensive to manufacture. The introduction of a driverless car will threaten their livelihood. Technology is still to understand underdeveloped to manufacture driverless fully automated cars are too expensive to manufacture. Okay. Driverless technology will have to overcome legal and safety obstacles to become completely viable. So this is true. Uber has shown nothing but complete self-conviction in its investment in driverless cars. The safety issues with driverless technology are likely to be resolved fairly quickly. Safety issues with driverless technology are likely to be resolved fairly quickly. Okay. Uber has shown nothing but complete self-conviction in its investment in driverless cars. Uber has shown nothing but complete self-conviction in its investment in driverless cars. Mm, its biggest steps yet towards a driver-free world. Taxi service for American and new direction will be require massive investment. Imagine not unbelievable. Okay, and here promising beginnings. This is a definition of revolutionary. A B C D. This is the revolutionary technology. Value of space, and and Eating kinds of targeting sales in addition these use a structure of commercial products on sunscreen, cosmetics and some food products. Furthermore, and environmental cleans up oil slicks and other forms of pollution that not vulnerabilities and substances to the so the finishing is the and remains in the so the foundation for such a technology is in place for the moment. However, the realization of such projects remains in the to plan for a very distant point in the future. In the distant point in the future. In the distant future. Renting out high vital which is flying squad they want to be imagination imagination to accept that machine that it points out building is would be able to print out planes. Skeptics however should remember that one of the forerunners of the computer design in the mid-20th century built an entire room and here we have so far in a matter of years, then who knows what the future may hold for very distant remains, such will remains in the very distant future point in the future, the point in the future, very distant future. And the finished product, the finished product is far from perfect. The finished product is far from perfect, is exhibiting, so create the structure, very short time frame, very short time frame, very short, this is short time frame, okay, the potential, in the theory, the potential, in theory, potential of 3D, in theory, the potential of 3D printer, create the structure, far from perfect, the finished product is far from perfect. Always have banding, exhibiting banding in addition to banding. In addition, yes, in addition to banding and surface detail remaining. Exhibiting surface detail remaining. Okay. So to be supported, create the structure, more than three words, surface detail remaining. In addition to banding, okay, to create the structure to be supported, story time frame, potential, here home computers and pages very distant, okay. A, D, B, E, C, okay, and this. Uh, okay, the nanotopology has limited value, is not related to science, insights, controversy, poses in insurmountable safety issues, poses insurmountable safety issues, insights, controversy, So, insights, controversy, insights, يثير الجدل. Bosses insurmountable safety issues. Bosses يطرح لديك مشاكل تتعلق بالسلامة لا يمكن التغلب عليها. Is not related to science, has limited value. Has limited value. In the beginning, nanotechnology poses insurmountable safety issues, insights, controversy. That insights, controversy. كتير جدا. Okay. Has limited value. In the beginning, nanotechnology was overlooked as a science, considered to be irrelevant, highly unpopular, regarded as being revolutionary, overlooked as a science. Nanoparticles are product of manufacturing processes alone, natural manufactured processes, purely biological processes, environmental factors alone. Nanoparticle being introduced to the body. Safety concerns about nanotechnology are completely unfounded, exaggerated by its detractors, real but manageable, misunderstood. So this is manufacturing process alone, okay? Safety concerns about nanotechnology are completely unfounded, exaggerated by its real value. So misunderstood, completely unfounded, real value misunderstood, exaggerated by its detractors. Exaggerated by detractors. Mm, okay. A major in the field of nanotechnology came with the discovery of fluorescence and invention of scanning tunneling microscope. Scanning tunneling. Scanning tunneling microscope. Okay. So scanning tunneling microscope. A major in the field of nanotechnology with the discovery. A major scientific development in the field of nanotechnology came up with the discovery of fluorescence, okay, Among scientists, nanotechnology has not met with scientists and nanotechnology not met with. Uh, okay, what about me? So submit 6. Okay, these all right. Surface detail remaining. Say surface detail. Say only surface detail remaining. Surface detail exhibiting surface detail. Surface detail remaining. Surface detail 6. Surface detail. Surface detail remaining as evidence. So surface detail. Banding and surface detail. Okay, we create the structure, right. Mainstream technology. Ambitious, very distant. So mainstream technology. 11 mainstream technology. 11 mainstream technology. So 11 mainstream technology. 11 ambitious. 11 wireless 3D wireless. Admittedly not yet mainstream technology is not yet a mainstream technology. Okay, mainstream technology. So here 12 and 13, but 11 was here. Uh-huh. Mhm, mhm. Here all acceptance. Okay. B, C, B, C, B, C, B, C. Okay. True. Mhm. Okay.